Okay, good morning. Hello, hello. Let's get going. Thursday. Oh my goodness, where did the week go? Take a nice big deep breath, reach your arms really long, and then just come halfway down with your upper body and start to think about pulling in the belly. You're just gonna hold on this spot. I want you to drift your weight forward into your toes and then shift your hips backwards as far as you can go, feeling stable. And then just keep repeating. Take it forward and back. Find your breath and keep working your stomach. Now we're going to take the arms out to the side and try to lift them up so you feel the back of the shoulder. And then relax the hands, let them come together, and then sweep the arms back out to the side. Try to get them nice and long. So you're really trying to touch both ends of the room, and then relax. And now this time, lift them forward, keeping them a little wider than shoulder width apart, and then lower, and then lift, and keep shifting the hips backwards, and lower, and do that one more time. Now come all the way up, and sweep your arms up to the ceiling. And then take them down by your side. We're just going to do the right arm, sweep it up, and take it over, and just hold on this spot for a little bit. Move the hip out to the side. And then do the same on the opposite side. Sweep the left arm up, take it over, and let the hip go out to the side. Nice. Come back up, square out the shoulders, prod out the chest, big deep breath. And a nice slow swan dive, take it all the way down. Walk your hands all the way forward to plank. So you want to have your feet about 4 to 6 inches apart so you feel stable. And from here, you're going to go to a down dog, driving the heels to the floor, and then get nice and high on the toes. And heels down, and lift, and one more time. Down and lift. Now come back to plank. Step your feet in so you're in bear. And get right into a small down dog this time. Up onto the toes and heels down. Couple more times. Nice. Now come back into bear and put your knees on the floor. You're going to round your back. We're going to do 4 or 5 nice long cat-cows. So you decide on the pace where you want to hang out more or longer. Okay, on this last one, come back to a neutral spine. You're going to take your right arm, extend it forward, so your palm faces the midline of the body. Keep the toes tucked under. Your knees are hip width apart. And now take your left leg back. Now, if your weight is shifting to the right, try to shift it the other way. And then let's try the other side. So left arm out, right leg back. Nice. Now, come back and do some more cat-cows. Rounding your back. You're really trying to create as much space between those shoulder blades as you can. And then drop in to those shoulders. And just do that a few more times. Nice. Now, from a neutral spine, you're going to come off the knees into a small down dog. Hold here for a few breaths. Nice. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Step your feet back so you're in your high plank position. And from here, you're going to step your left foot up between the hands. Try to come up onto your fingertips. And slide your right leg a little further back if you can. And then let's take that right knee to the floor. Shifting the hips all the way backwards, left toes up to the ceiling. And then walk it forward. Crowd out your chest here, look forward. So you're getting a nice big stretch in that groin area. Take it back, toes up. So that front leg is nice and straight. And then walk it forward for the last time. Nice and proud through the chest. Now from here, you can use your hands to help you if you need to, but you're going to come off your back knee. And now we're going to sweep the arms all the way up to the ceiling. So your shoulders are right over your hips and you're nice and high on the back foot. Now take it back down slowly, and we're just going to come up and down 2 more times. So you got a big forward lean, weighting into the front part of the foot. As you lift back up, push through the heel of that front foot. Sweep the arms, get them nice and long, high on the back foot, and then back down. Bending forward with that front leg, and back up. Bring your hands to heart. You're going to bend your back foot, power off it to the front of your mat. Big deep breath. Nice slow swan dive all the way down. From here, you're going to inhale and extend to a flat back. And do that a few more times. Folding over the legs, keeping them as straight as you can. And then you're taking the back from flexion to extension. On this last one, stay folded down, put your hands down, step back to your high plank. And this time, the right foot comes forward. Let's try sliding that left foot a little further back. And then we're going to lower to the knee. And you're going to shift your hips all the way back and let the toes on the right foot go straight up towards the ceiling. And then walk it forward. Crowd out your chest. Take your gaze and look forward. Nice groin stretch here. And then pull the hips back again. And forward. And take it back. And then forward. So this time we're coming off that back knee. You're going to take those arms out to the side, come up nice and slow with lots of control. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling, high on the toes on the back foot. And then come on back down, bending your front leg. Touch the floor with your fingers, pressing back up through that heel. Sweep the arms up and do it again. Hold on this spot, take your gaze, look up, get really high on the back foot. So you're getting a nice little stretch through that hip flexor. And then bring your hands to heart, power off your back foot. Big deep breath. Slow swan dive down. Relax your head so you're looking through your legs. Inhale to a flat back. Hold your fingertips out in front and sweep your right leg back up behind you. Try to get it parallel to the floor and then put it back down. Do the same with the left foot, sweep it back. And do that a few more times on each leg. Just warming up your hamstrings and your glutes a little bit. Okay, now fold over both legs, let your head go. Inhale to a flat back and reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Hands to heart. Step your right foot back and turn it on a 45-degree angle. I'm going to have you bend into your front leg. Your chest is still facing forward. Bring your arms up. You can open the hands. If it feels better for your shoulders, why not do that? So you're getting another little stretch, a little bit more towards the inner thigh here. Your back leg is straight. You're bending forward. Now you're going to bring the arms down. You're going to give me a big lean in and a big bend in the front knee. And then take it to a completely straight leg. Sweep your arms up. Lower and bend. And back to that straight leg. Lift the arms. Do it one more time. So now pivot to the toes of the back foot. Take your hands down. Step back to your plank. Hold on this and breathe. 3 big breaths. Take it to a downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. Walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Bring your hands to heart. Step your left foot back, 45-degree angle. Shoulders face forward. Bend into your front leg. And then take the arms up. Now this time when you bend, bring the arms down, give me a big lean in. Go back to a straight leg, sweep the arms up. Do that a few more times. Okay, from here, I'm going to have you just turn to face the left side of your room. Your arms are nice and long and strong. You're going to shift your hips backwards, and you're slowly going to lower your right hand to your front leg. Sweep the left arm straight up to the ceiling. And when you're ready, see if you can lower your torso a little bit. Triangle pose. Now, if this is straining your neck muscles, turn your head, look at the floor, and then lift it back up when those muscles have had a chance to settle down. So this is a great stretch for your inner thigh of the front leg. Now, come back up, bring those arms out nice and long. Left arm's going to take it to the back leg. Right arm goes straight up to the ceiling. Little side body stretch here. So I've got both my legs straight. Now I'm going to bring the right arm back down to my shin, sweep my left arm up to the ceiling, back into my triangle pose. Now, take this left hand down to your shin as well, and pivot the back foot so it's facing forward. So now we're in what we call pyramid pose. Hips are square, both legs are straight. I'm starting out with my spine fully extended. Fingertips to the floor. Now I'm going to go into flexion, folding over the front leg, relaxing my head. Just let it hang out wherever it wants to. Try to take the weight out of your arms and put that into that front leg. Okay, inhale to a flat back. Take your hands back onto your shin, walk them up your leg. So you're upright, step your back foot forward, big deep breath. Bring your hands to heart. You're going to take that right foot back on a 45-degree angle. You're going to take your left hand to your leg, Sweep this right arm up as you rotate to face the right side of your room. Rotate your hips to the back of the room. I want you to find, you got to look for it, that stretch in your front inner thigh. Now, if and when you're ready, you slide the hand a little further down that front leg, coming into triangle pose. Now, if your torso is moved towards the right side of your room, pull it back over your front leg. Bring that hand back up, reaching both arms long and strong. Flip the palm in the front, sweep it up. Your other hand drops to your back leg. Bring the arms back and come right back into triangle pose, lowering the left arm to your shin, shifting those hips back. Let's come back up one more time. Sweep the arms straight up. Nice little side body stretch going on. And then take it back down. You're gonna pivot the right arm all the way forward onto your shin. So you have both hands on your shin. Keep your spine long, hang out and enjoy. The back foot now is facing forward with both heels on the floor. Both legs are straight. Fingertips down, you're going to round your back, drop your head. Now, just like on the opposite side, we want to try not to put too much weight into the arms. You really want to be folding the torso over the leg so that you're weighting into the leg. That's going to give you a more intense release. Now let's just bend that front leg, put your hands down, step back, you're in plank. Hold here for 3 big breaths. Drop the chest down towards the floor. Keep your butt in line with your back and push your heels towards the back of the room. Now from here, we're going to oscillate between down dog and plank. You move at a pace that works for you. Just bringing some flexibility and stretch to the upper body. Driving your heels down as you press back, getting nice and high on the toes as you pull forward. Do a few more. Nice. Now hold your high plank. Put your knees down on the floor, underneath the hips. Your toes are going to stay tucked under. I want you to take your hips back towards the heels. And let's walk our hands to the corners of the front of your mat. Now let's try to lower the chest towards the floor, but we're keeping the head off the floor. So you're using those neck muscles to hold on this spot while you breathe 3 times. Okay, from here, I want you to walk your hands off your mat on the left side. We're going for that nasty little QL that sometimes gets tight. So you're looking for a nice release on your right side body. Once you've walked both hands off the mat, reach them out as far as you can and have lots of space between the hands. Okay, let's come back to the corners of our mat. With your palms, you're just going to open both palms to face the ceiling. So you're rolling onto the top of the hand. and then roll back down and do it again. Roll, lifting if you can, one at a time, and then close the palms back to the floor. One last time, open them, and then lift one and lower, lift the other and lower, and now we're gonna walk them to the right, off the mat, reach them forward, have good space between the palms, and hang out and enjoy this side. Both arms should be straight, and you can continue to move them further out, but we're not shifting our hips. Okay, bring them back onto the mat. You're going to come onto your forearms. You're going to come onto the tops of your feet, and we're going to enjoy a nice child's pose. You're going to breathe 5 big breaths. You can do any version of child's pose that you like. Just breathe. Okay, back up onto your forearms and then your palms. So you're in your quadruped position. Tuck your toes under, and let's meet in a small down dog. Heels on the floor, straighten out your legs. Now we're going to walk our feet forward so they're in the middle of our mat, and your hands back to your feet. So you're in a full forward fold. We have a little balance challenge coming up. So we're going to take both our hands to our left shin or ankle. Once you get there, sweep your right leg back behind you. Keep your hips square. Now, modification for this is to have your hands out in front of the foot. A little harder when you're holding your ankle with both your hands. Try to keep that foot nice and relaxed. And the easiest way to hold balance is to find muscle. So if your back leg is floating, get it straight. Now, we're going to take our fingers out in front of the foot. So your hands are down on the mat. I want you to open the right hip up. So you're stretching the inner thigh of the left leg. And then close it, square them out. And then lift the right hip up. And then close it. And lift it. Should feel good. Okay, let's relax that foot back down to your mat. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So both hands holding on to the right ankle or shin, sweeping your left leg back behind you. Just hold the balance and breathe. Keep your face just looking down at your foot so your neck is in a place where it's not upset. Now let's take the hands out in front. Lift that left hip up as high as it will go, enjoying that nice stretch of the inner thigh. And then lower it and lift it. Work as much range of motion here as you can. Lower and lift. And lower. And slowly let that leg come back down to the floor. I'm going to have you take your feet to the edges of your mat and fold all the way down. Let your head go, let your arms relax. We're going to cross at the elbows. You're going to breathe 5 big breaths. Think about rotating your coccyx bone up towards the ceiling. So you get that nice intense stretch in the back of the legs. As you exhale, maybe the forearms are getting a little closer to the floor. Keeping your legs straight, of course. Okay, hands down to the floor. You're going to walk them forward, and you're going to step your feet back to your high plank position. We're going to do a little half hover and meet in up dog. So come down nice and slow, sweeping up. So I'm on the tops of my feet, pressing away from the floor. While I hold this, I'm trying to broaden through the shoulders and pull in the belly. Now let's just take the chest all the way back down. You're bending the elbows and keeping them close to the side of your body. And now you're going to press back up again. Just a little work for your lower back, building flexibility. Come on back down. And then let's press back up one last time. Now, if you can on this last hold, try to come off your knees so you're on the tops of your feet, but you've elevated the knees off the floor. Putting a little more work into your arms. Nice. Now let's put the knees down, tuck the toes under. We're going to pick our hips up and bring them back over the heels. Nice and slowly. How good does that feel? Hover your hips over your heels. Open up the knees to the edges of your mat. Nothing else with the body changes. Just sink your chest towards the floor. Okay, from here, come onto the tops of your feet. Shift your hips backwards so you're actually sitting on your heels. You're going to let the arms relax and take your head to the floor. Okay, walk your hands back so you're actually kneeling. We're going to just kick our feet out to the side and extend our legs all the way straight so you're in staff pose. Sitting up nice and tall, bring your arms forward and parallel to the floor. Let's flex our feet. Now, lean back till you feel your stomach having to pull in just to stabilize you. Pick your left leg up and move that left foot beside the right one. And then pick it up and take it back. And alternate. Pick up your right foot, move it to the left, and back. Get as much height in your lift as you can. And then just keep alternating side to side. Try not to let your chest collapse or your belly release. Now, if you want to amp this up, you take the arms completely up to the ceiling while you continue to move your legs. A little more work for your core. Okay, now let's come forward. Bring the arms parallel to the floor and give me a big lean forward. Keep your toes flexed. Keep your spine nice and long. Now take your hands down to the floor and lower to your elbows here, rounding your back, letting your head go. Now we're going to come back off the arms, walk your hands a little more forward, and then see if you can lower down to the elbows again. Come off the elbows, walk them further out, lower those elbows one last time. And then bring the hands back so you're sitting back up nice and tall in staff pose. You've got your heels in the corners of your mat. You're going to take your right leg and bend it so your foot's inside your left leg. Now, without using the press of the arms, try to just lower your right knee towards the floor so you feel that extra effort. Keep that. Walk your hands forward as far as you can go with your spine in extension. And then lower the elbows, relax the head. So you want to be sitting with both sit bones on the floor. So you modify this as you need to. Okay, come off the elbows, slide your hands in. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So taking that left knee now and trying to lower it towards the floor, walking the hands forward, coming onto your elbows, letting your head go. Okay, off the elbows, walk the spine back up. You're going to take your right, we're going to do a 90-90 stretch. So you're just going to take your right leg, sweep it back, get all the way over to the left side of your mat with your butt. That way you can maybe avoid having to use a pillow or a towel, but certainly do it if it's better, like I'm doing. I like to put a towel right under my right knee. So I've got 90-degree from the hip, knee, and ankle in the front leg, and same in the back leg. Now, try to slide this right knee further over, and then lower your torso. Coming over that leg. How good does that feel? And then come back up. And take it back down. And you can start to try to improve your range of motion the more repetitions you do here. We're just sort of folding over the leg or your thigh and then coming back up. You can limit your range. If anything bothers you, find a wiggle that it doesn't bother you. Like find a way to wiggle around so it doesn't bother you. And really try to minimize the amount of weight that goes into your hand. So you're really loading it into the torso as you fold up and down. Okay, so now we're going to hold it up and you're going to try to pick up your back foot. So just pick it up and lower it down and just do that 10 times. Whatever the range is, even if it's not lifting up, you're still getting an activation of that muscle in the hip by trying. Now, we're just going to flip the knees around. So we're facing the back of our room, the easiest transition. And you're going to fold over this right leg now. Up and down with your torso. Make sure you've got the 90-90 going on in both legs. You want to keep both of your feet flexed also. Let's do a few more. Once you get done this last one, hold your torso up and then lift your back foot off the floor, up and down. It's just really activating that muscle over your hip. Try not to lean too far right. Okay, now flip those legs back around. You're going to take your heels to the corner of the front of your mat. Bring your arms out in front. We're gonna C-curve the spine. Pilates style, nice and slow. You're coming all the way down. Once you're down, your head's on the floor, sweep the arms all the way back behind you. Spread your fingers wide, and then make a fist. And then just keep repeating that. Okay, let's take the arms to the sides of our body. We're going to do a figure 4 stretch here. So first I want you to get nice and flat on your shoulder blades. Bend both legs. Do a nice little pelvic tilt so you feel the low back skin on the floor. Take your right foot, flex it, and sit it on top of your left thigh. Without the help of the hands, you're just going to move or try to move the right knee forward. Feel that activation and hold on that spot for a few breaths. And now release that knee forward so it all releases. And then do it again. Push the knee out. And let it go. And one more time, push it out. Now, without using your hands, lift your left foot off the floor and take that left knee and drive it towards you. Get a little tug of war going on. So use your right foot on your thigh to push the left leg forward, but it's not going to go. It's isometric. And then put that left foot down on the floor. Resist it. And then once it's on the floor, let it go. And then create that push again as you lift it up off the floor. And then resist it back down. And do that one more time. Bring that left knee in. Now this time you're going to take your hands either around the hamstring or the shin, and you're going to bring that left knee in a little closer to you as you still move the right knee forward. Okay, release the leg. Let the left foot get back to the floor. Bring your arms at a 45-degree angle on the floor out from the body. So they're there to help you a little bit. You're going to let that right knee go down to the floor with your foot still on your thigh. You didn't take it off your thigh. Bring the leg back up. So you're just rolling over that hip. It's like a little massage for that right glute. So just go up and down a few more times because it feels good. And then bring it up. Take that foot to the floor. We're just going to switch. Left foot flexed on top of your right thigh. Now, using your muscle, try to move that left knee forward. Keep that low back skin on the floor. Keep pressing your belly down. Now release that left knee, let it come towards you, and then push it out again. Let it come in, release, push it out. Now pick that right foot up off the floor, bring that right knee towards you. Use the left foot to try to push the leg away, but don't let that leg go. And now you're going to lower it with that resistance till your right foot's on the floor. Then you get a little reprieve. So you can release and then start again. Resist as you pick it up. Resist as you lower back down. One last time, pick it up. Now bring your hands to help. Get your right knee in a little closer. Try to relax the shoulders. Now take the arms 45 degrees out from the body on the floor. You're going to take your left knee all the way down, massaging that left hip. Bring it back up and do it again. And up and again. And just 2 more times. This is like a nice little free massage. Okay, release that left foot to the floor. We're going to do some pelvic rotations. So roll the pelvis up. Keep your tailbone on the floor. And then roll it forward. So you have a big space now between your back and the floor. Reverse it. And reverse it. When you're rolling the pelvis down, you're still drawing the belly in. Back to the floor. And forward. Just do it a few more times. Now, I want you to walk your feet together so your heels and toes are touching. Keep the pelvic girdle tilted up. Now I want you to just squeeze your knees. Take your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Your palms face each other. Now you're going to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, lifting the hips off the floor. Take them as high as you can while you maintain the squeeze of your knees together. And then 1 vertebrae at a time, lower back down. Getting a nice massage through your thoracic spine. Roll back up. This time, while you're squeezing at the top of the move, drop those arms back. And then lower back down. Moving the arms forward as you lower. One last time, lift up, moving the arms back as you lift. And then lower back down. And extend both legs out. Clasp your fingers together. Get your arms nice and straight. You can relax your legs. We're going to move the arms backwards with our hands clasped together. And then bring them back up. Take them all the way down till they're on your hips. And then lift them back up again. Now, while you do this, I want you to think about your rib cage and try your best to keep it down. Do this a few more times. Now, on this last one, hold the arms back there, but separate the hands and floss. So you're just going to rotate the palms to face out and then back. And just keep rotating them. Bring them back up to the ceiling as you rotate them and lower them forward as you rotate them. And now you're going to clasp the fingers together as you bring your left knee into the chest. Keep your right heel down on the floor. Give that left knee a big hug. And then switch. Extend the left leg all the way down with the calf pressing into the floor. I like to flex my feet while I do this. Now extend that leg down, starting with your arms. You're in that full body stretch. You're pointing your toes. Your arms are all the way back behind you. Now start to bring them forward. Lift your head up off the floor and roll yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. And then dive between your legs. Nice little relaxation pose here. Give me some nice, big, deep breaths. So in on 4 counts, out on 4 counts. Nice. Now roll your back up. You're going to come up onto your feet and your toes. Now meet me in a full forward fold. Let your head go. Just relax here. Breathe a few times. Take your hands above your knees. You're going to lift your head up. Come up nice and slow. Big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We are ready to start our day. How awesome is that?
Thank you. See you Saturday.
Thanks, Val.
Bye.